Hey everyone, so as you can tell by the title of this video is going to be a little bit different than my normal videos, and it's sort of personal and something that I really had to think about for a while, and I believe I am ready to share it with you guys, so just bear with me and I'm going to try to make this as least confusing and concise as possible. Wow, this is so weird that I can like finally talk about it, but also if you're wondering about advice for rowing, just for yourself, getting recruited, like scores, everything like that, that's gonna be towards the end of this video, so just hang on. But right now I will basically just tell you what has been going on. I felt like I was lying to you guys for a year, and it was honestly so hard for me. I hate being in a position when I can't share things on the internet. Like, I just want this to be such an organic and like free platform that I can like share my ideas and like my beliefs with you guys, you know? As you can tell, I rowed for the past year at Boston University on the women's lightweight rowing team, and I was recruited in high school with my twin sister Lucy, and I rowed for an entire year. I never knew that it would be an issue with the NCAA, but it was. Going into my freshman like fall semester, I was notified over the summer that my coach, Malcolm, he found out that I had this YouTube channel, and he's like, you know, we'll just have to make some adjustments with the NCAA regulations and rules. And I was like, oh, that's weird. I didn't know YouTube would ever become an issue, you know? So I go into the fall semester, and basically it was like this huge like issue, and I had to meet with my compliance director Erin so many times. If you're watching this, Erin or Malcolm or Abby, like, I just want to let you know how thankful I am for you guys, and even anyone on my team that is watching this, like, I love you all so much, and I don't know where I would be without you. Like, I've made like lifelong friendships, but I mean, that aside, I'm so thankful for everyone that was able to help me to get where I was. Ultimately, I had to decide that after my freshman year, I couldn't row any longer because I had to decide just what was important in my life and what I wanted to focus on, and I feel like I'm all over the place already, but now this is the very beginning of my sophomore year. This is like my third day of classes. My three main focuses freshman year were academics, rowing, and YouTube, and it was pretty much in that order. It was academics, then rowing, then YouTube. Things sort of changed. Anyway, going back into last fall of 2015, I had to meet with my NCAA compliance director, Erin, like all the time, and we'd have to try to figure out what I was gonna do with my channel. So what happened is, I hope someone from the NCAA watches this, or you can maybe take into consideration what I'm saying. That would make me feel better if maybe this message is helping other people in some way, because if you are an NCAA Division I athlete, you cannot endorse products like publicly. So, I mean, I didn't really know this or know that that's exactly what I was doing with my YouTube channel, but essentially our compliance director was like, Gretchen, like, this isn't gonna fly, like your sponsored videos, you know, when I'm showing products from a company and I'm getting paid for it, that's endorsing products as like a Division I athlete, and as a Division I athlete, you're not able to do that. So we had to file a waiver with the NCAA requesting me to be able to continue my YouTube business as I had for 4 years previous. We made the argument like, listen, I'd been doing this YouTube business for 4 years previous to me being recruited in rowing on the women's lightweight rowing team at Boston University, so I should be able to continue this. And they didn't get back to us for a month, and for that whole month I couldn't make any sponsored videos. I had to be very careful with what I was like portraying and putting out because so many people were seeing it. Like, I just had to be so mindful, and I mean, always you have to be mindful, like especially me being so in the public eye, like on YouTube, like you all should be very mindful of what you're putting out there because everyone sees everything. That is what I've learned in many instances. So I couldn't make sponsored videos for like a whole month, and they got back to us and finally were like, okay, you know what, we recognize you've had this business going on for 4 years previous to rowing at Boston University. And what really upset me is that I was like, listen guys, my endorsements have nothing to do with being an athlete. It's not like I'm getting sponsored by Nike, it's not like I'm getting sponsored by Under Armour because they know I'm an athlete. I'm showing makeup and clothes, you know? So that's where I think the NCAA needs to kind of catch up with their rules, and that's where I was really having a problem, was because I think that, yes, NCAA Division I athletes maybe shouldn't be able to endorse products that are related to their sport, because then companies, you know, could treat them differently and getting paid and stuff when you're in college. That's like not how it is. But I think if you're a student athlete, and I heard that they're actually trying to pass something like this, and the only thing is it takes forever to get, you know, like legislation passed to actually make this into like a rule with NCAA. But I hear they're actually trying to pass like an amendment so that Division I student athletes can endorse products that aren't athletically related, and they still haven't done so. But hopefully maybe this video helps some of you out there. And again, I feel like I'm all over the place, but so they came back to us with a final decision, and they said, you can keep making your YouTube videos, you can keep sponsoring your YouTube videos, you just can't talk about rowing at all. You can't say you're a Division I athlete at BU, you can't say you're on the women's lightweight rowing team at BU, you can't talk about BU athletics at all, you can't talk about rowing at all, which is where I was like, really? Like, I thought I would even, you know, just be able to speak about rowing like generally, and maybe not that I was still rowing like in college, but I couldn't speak about it at all. I couldn't wear rowing apparel. Oh my god, this is so weird. I'm not kidding. I didn't even like wear this for the sake of the video, but like this is like one of the quarter zips I got last year, and hey, it's proof. PU 130 rowing. Like, I rowed for a whole year, and it feels just so weird that I wasn't able to share it with you guys. And I know that like YouTube is, again, like, you know, my business, but I also feel like I just love sharing my life with you guys. And people are like, Gretchen, like, you don't need to tell everyone that you row for a year, like, it's not that big of a deal. But like, in my mind it is, and I just want to be so transparent and like tell you guys what's going on. So I knew I wanted to make this video and just clear the air and tell you, like, yes, I was a Division I athlete for a year. I loved it. I truly enjoyed every moment on the team. I'm so thankful. I'm so blessed that I was able to have that experience. But I knew going into the summer I really had to make some tough decisions, and I really had to think about what was in my best interest and my priorities. And you know what, they kind of switched places with rowing and YouTube, because I realized like YouTube makes me happier, and YouTube is something that, you know, I don't know if I want to be necessarily a full-time YouTuber when I'm out of college, but I think that it's something that I love maybe a little bit more than rowing, and I think will help me more in my future. And obviously academics come first on top of that. So again, I feel like throughout the year I just absolutely loved my experience with the BU 130 community. Oh wait, also, like, if you guys don't even know what rowing is, I mean, if some of you don't know what rowing is, I've talked about it in my videos before a year ago, because I rowed all throughout high school. I started rowing in 8th grade, and it was amazing. I loved rowing in high school, and obviously I wanted to continue it in college, and I just didn't recognize, you know, how intense the time restraints would be with rowing, YouTube, and academics. So also the lightweight team, if you guys don't know, basically lightweight rowing is just for girls that are like smaller, and you just have to weigh in under 130. So it's just for everyone that's under 130 pounds that rows and is a girl, you know. It just came down to I had to make some tough decisions, and freshman year, you know, I ended up like injuring my back a couple times, and I really did love every minute I had though on the team. And again, like, to any of the girls that are watching this or on my team, like, I love you guys. Like, you're the best. Like, everyone's support means so much to me. But I just knew that I couldn't continue to row in the fall, and I'm not going to row the rest of my college career, because I really need to prioritize academics and then YouTube. My academics, you know, kind of struggled here and there, and again with YouTube, it's something that I really love and I wanted to be able to spend more time on, which I couldn't do with rowing. Throughout the year, I think I sort of lost my passion for rowing a bit, and, you know, I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe it's because I was in a different setting, like in Boston, and I just had these other opportunities I could have explored that I was, you know, like missing out on. Because if you're a Division I athlete, I'm telling you right now, like, it is a very big time commitment and time constraint, and for so many people that's amazing and you want that, and I knew I wanted that a year ago today. Like, I was more than excited. I had an amazing time. It was so fun being able to go regattas and represent my school as a Division I athlete. That was always my dream. But, you know, like I said, again, I just had to follow my heart, and I might look back 10 years down the line and say this is a mistake, and, you know, people have told me this might be like the biggest mistake of your life, and it might be, but really all I can do right now is follow my heart, because I ended up being miserable in the spring, and just I was basically just stretched too thin, and I need to just focus on things that make me the most happy right now. And while I will miss rowing, you know, I can still try to hop into single or double here and there when I go home, and I think it'll be all right. I just really wanted to make this video for you guys so you know the truth and you know what's been going on, because I really do feel like essentially I've been lying to you for a past year. And I know some of you will say like, oh, don't worry about it, like you weren't allowed to. Like, I physically was not allowed to. Like, I had to take down some videos. I would get in trouble because basically like my compliance director was monitoring my videos, my coaches were monitoring my videos, the NCAA was monitoring my videos, and if any of my videos just went against the rules, I would have to take them down. There would be some like sanctions against me. Like, I actually couldn't row in a regatta because I got into some trouble. So it was just really hard being a YouTuber and being a Division I athlete, and I ultimately decided that I couldn't take it anymore. I feel like I'm missing things. If I'm missing anything, maybe I'll answer it in the comments down below. Definitely leave me your questions. Also, yeah, I was saying I was getting in trouble for videos. I couldn't wear any rowing apparel or anything, and like in Vlogmas that was especially hard because like a lot of my clothes are rowing apparel and t-shirts, and my friends wear rowing apparel, and I just had to be so careful. I think I basically told you everything. I was recruited. I rowed for an entire year. I loved it. Decided this past summer that I couldn't continue rowing anymore here at Boston University on the women's lightweight team. I just think that's what's best for me, and now I think I just want to touch on basically like your FAQs about rowing. Oh, also I wanted to say, so also the NCAA told me, they said, listen, like, you can't say publicly that you're on the women's lightweight rowing team, but I understand you. Like, I truly value my relationship with subscribers so much. Like, I just love meeting you guys. Like, this year, my sophomore year at BU already, it's like the 3rd day here. I've met I'm not kidding, like 30, 40, 50, like plus of you guys just on campus, because so many of you watch my videos, and I'm just so thankful that you guys support me, and I love you, and I love meeting you. Like, I love you. Like, it makes me so happy. Like, I meet one of you if I'm having a rough day. Like, the other day I was feeling down. I have this huge accounting assignment, and I just met one of you in the dining hall, and the rest of the day I was like I just get so happy. So anyways, the NCAA actually told me that I was able to privately message you guys if you reach out to me and said, hey, what's going on? And so many of you did. And this summer when I was vlogging, I still was trying to decide. It took me all summer to really decide, because it was such a hard decision. It took me like 4 months to really just weigh all the pros and cons and like think about my future and my happiness, you know, to decide that I wouldn't continue rowing. But so many of you said, what's the deal with rowing? And I would send you guys like this big long thing of my whole situation. But now here's the video for those of you that I couldn't reply back to, and for those of you that are still wondering. I really hope this clears the air, and again, if you have any questions, leave them down below. But for those of you that, you know, are rowing in high school, go you. Like, I had such an amazing time with rowing. It really is so fun. And if you're trying to get recruited, basically I wanted to make this video before my freshman year, and then by the time I got there it was too late and I wasn't able to do it anymore, and I thought I would have to wait 4 years to tell you guys about my experience and all my advice when it comes to rowing and just being recruited as a D1 athlete. But I guess I only had to wait 1 year, because here I am and I can tell you. So my tips that I can remember back from like a year ago is, if you want to be recruited, you have to put it in your own hands. Like, you cannot count on your parents, you cannot count on coaches to come and find you. You have to contact them. And also just think of it from like a coach's perspective. Like, if they are recruiting people, they're talking to hundreds of athletes potentially being recruited, and if they don't respond to you, it's not because they're ignoring you. Like, you need to make sure that they hear what you're trying to say, and it's not being rude if you message them again, if you email them again, if you say, hey, just following up, wanted to see if you got my email, I'm interested in looking at your rowing program, your basketball program, your soccer program, whatever. Like, you need to advocate for yourself and talk to them. Usually if you go on the university's athletic website that you're trying to be recruited at, there's usually like a recruiting questionnaire. I filled out some of those. Coaches will get back to you that way. You'll meet some coaches, maybe at regattas or games or whatever sport it is for you, and just be like so polite and just talk to them and be so honest about what you're looking for. And definitely look at the university too. Don't just look at it for athletics. I feel like I sort of was just like, I know I want a lightweight rowing program. I only looked at schools with lightweight rowing programs. I guess I can tell you now, I took official visits at 3 different schools. I went to UMass Amherst, I went to Wisconsin, and I went to obviously BU. Fell in love with BU, but I also loved Wisconsin and UMass Amherst. It was like a hard decision. Also, if you're like really serious about being a D1 athlete in college, you can take things called official visits. And for those of you that aren't interested at all, this isn't gonna make any sense to you, but basically a coach will like offer you an official visit if they want you to come to their school, and you can come stay over with the athletes and see how you like it. And I think that's truly how you feel like if you fit in with the team. And when I came to BU, I was in love, and I still love the girls on my team, and I'm still gonna be friends with them. And again, if you're watching this, like, I love you guys, and thanks for like supporting me. And I knew it would be definitely an adjustment period coming into this fall and not rowing anymore, and I'm the type of person that I want everyone to like me, which I know is impossible, and that's why, you know, I kind of struggle with like criticism and hate sometimes, because I just want to be friends with everyone. I knew it would be hard in the fall because I know some people, you know, aren't going to agree with my decision and aren't going to see eye to eye with me, but I have to accept that that's okay. And you know, the people that truly care about me will just want me to be happy and not necessarily care like what I'm actually doing. And I guess for rowing specifically too, just for some tips, like, I guess I'm not going to tell you exactly my erg scores or anything, because I don't want to discourage any of you or make you go crazy like measuring up, because I think I got like obsessive and I would try to know everyone's 2K, and you know, it can be pretty stressful if you're a rower. You know what I'm talking about? Like 2Ks is like the big thing, and everyone's just like, what's her 2K? Oh my god, she pulled this. Oh my god, you pulled that. Like, that's amazing, blah blah blah. Like, she's a lightweight, she's like, you know. So I don't think I'm going to tell you exactly what my 2K is or was, or my PR or anything, or my 5K or my 6K, you know, like my 30-minute piece. I'm not going to tell you that, but basically just know that erging is a huge part of rowing, and it's very important when you're getting recruited. So that being said, if you don't have the best erg scores, I would say race results matter so much. Like, my erg scores aren't the best, and for some of you that I messaged privately, I told you my 2K PR, I told you how I did on pieces and stuff, and you know, and really race results matter so much. And if you guys know youth nationals, like, I would say one of the biggest like youth regattas, my junior year of high school, my twin sister and I competed in the women's lightweight youth double, and we actually came in 5th. And I just think that that race result helped me so much in getting recruited. Like, I was getting calls from like Stanford, UMass, Wisconsin, like Bucknell, like just all these different schools, and ultimately I had to narrow it down to 3 that I wanted to take my official visits at. So I would say if you have good ERG scores, that's amazing and coaches are gonna love that, but if you don't, it's not the end of the world. It's so weird that I can talk about this now, but if you guys have any other questions, definitely leave them in the comments down below so I can reply back to you. And I think that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.